If you want to learn how to paint people easily, in this video I go over all the steps that I use in my painting process so you can follow them yourself. So let's get started. Alright everybody, so today I'm going to be painting Snoop Dogg, and that's the thing that's great when you learn how to paint is that you can really paint anybody and anything that you want. So I was listening to some Snoop Dogg the other day and I was like, wow, I should really paint him. So I was listening to that Gin and Juice. If you guys know, you know, bro. But I try to keep things PG over here. But only listen to Snoop Dogg if you're old enough. If you're youngin', don't listen to him. But when you get started, you want to start off with your burnt sienna, and that's how I created my underpainting. I mixed it with a little bit of that paint thinner, so that's the reason why it was a little bit liquidy on my mixing palette over there. And I'm just using a small brush, just getting the rough edges of how his face structure is. And after I laid all this down, I just gave the paint a little bit of time so that everything can dry before I start going in with my burnt umber, as I'm doing right now, to cover up all of my shadows. Now, if you want to get really good at painting, you need to stay consistent with your practice, okay? The first time that you do it, you're not going to be amazing. I know how it feels, and I know how tough it can be and how frustrating it can feel when your paintings don't really match your expectations. But I've learned over time, and I've acquired different skills that make this process so much easier. So I learned that you should keep the same exact steps that you follow each single time, and don't change things from like one thing to another. One week you're painting like this, next week you're trying to change up the style, trying to figure out something that works. Stick to one single thing and just keep on doing that until you get really fast and you get really good at it. Now, I made a 7-step guide on how to paint portraits. It's in the description. It's a PDF right there, so if you click the link, it's going to send you there, and you're also going to sign up for my emailing list where I'm going to send you some more free value on painting. And if you want to get really good, I feel like that's a really good source for you to apply to. So when you're consistent with this, you're going to get faster, and when you get faster, you're able to put more time into certain things that require a lot of time, such as shading, such as details, highlights, all those certain things. And when you're painting faces, you're pretty much painting the same exact thing every single time, just with different forms and features. So that's the reason why I like to follow a 7-step guide for painting portraits. But the way how I learned this too is that I actually set a challenge for myself sometime around last year, around May or so. I told myself that I'll be painting every single day for 30 days straight. And this was all in my sketchbook. Now, this 30-day challenge, I just set it out of the blue. I don't really know the reason why I said I was going to do it. Maybe it was just trying to challenge myself, because I really enjoy doing challenges just like here and there, like 75 hard. I like to do different types of challenges like fasting, like anything like gym related to. I set this one for painting, so that's exactly what I did. First day went by and I was like, wow, this is actually pretty tough. I don't know how I'm gonna do this for 30 days straight, because at the time it was taking me around like 3 hours to finish a portrait, and this was like the same size that I'm doing right now in my sketchbook. It's taking me around 3 hours. So I was like, wow, I'm really about to spend like 90 hours this entire month just on painting portraits. So that was really tough for me to think about. But the thing I didn't realize is how good I'll get by the end of this 30 days. Now, I also told myself that I'll be posting reels for this 30 days. So I created an account and I got started. Yeah, so first day, a little bit tough. Second day, I started experimenting. I was like, okay, what would happen if I stopped using my pencil for tracing things out and I actually just went in directly with the paint and just start tracing like that? So I started experimenting. I did that, and I found that it was actually making me faster. Now the detail, a little bit of it was lost because I was so used to using a pencil for such a long time that this was out of my comfort zone. I didn't really know how I was gonna finish the picture. I didn't really know how it was gonna look at the end. So it was a little bit uncomfortable for me, but that was a good type of discomfort because I was experimenting and I was learning and I was seeing what was gonna work and what wasn't gonna work. So then now, third day, I do the same exact thing again, and this time I'm thinking to myself, what if I start with some of the light colors first? Now that didn't really go out as well, And I told myself, okay, next day let me start off with the dark colors. Now that one came out a little bit better, but it still wasn't exactly how I wanted it yet, but I've still figured something out that works. So I told myself, okay, now I'm not going to use those light colors first. I'm going to start off with my dark colors because that's going to make things faster. And I'm not going to use my pencil anymore, and I'm just going to go directly in with the paint. All right, now I keep on practicing, and then now fast forward up to like 1 week now, I'm getting faster and I'm copying the same exact strategy. I found something that works, and I found things that I really like to do whenever I'm painting, such as like focusing on the whites last and painting with my blacks last as well, like focusing on small little details after I have everything laid out. So now I'm around like day 25, day 26, and I'm just on a roll. Like I found something that works, and now I'm actually looking forward to every single time that I'm going to paint, because it was just such a good feeling for me to get good at something that I put my energy into. And I found something that works for me, and I found a way that I'm able to create things that I think about in a very small amount of time. So now, instead of me being at around 3 hours of painting, now I'm around like 1 hour 30 minutes. So that's a huge jump in time right there, and that was just from me experimenting and learning what works and what didn't work. So I think that's absolutely essential for you to do if you're a beginner. All right, even if you're experienced, you still need to experiment, because you might find a different method that works better for you, and you might just be copying something that somebody told you to do, but it's still not what's best tailored based on your skills and based on what you want to focus on. So I mean, I feel like the method that I use is very, very good, and I feel like you can apply it based on any single level that you're at, and I think that is one of the best methods. Like, I'm not even biased. I think that it's very, very good, because when you start off with your dark colors, you trace with your burnt sienna, and you start layering on top of that, everything just comes together nicely, and you can already see how this painting is going right now. You see that I already have some of my dark details, but everything is not there yet because we're going to get to it at a later stage. But for the second step of the process, now we're going to go to our next darkest color. So I'm taking a little bit of my burnt sienna right here, and I'm going to mix it on my palette. And when you're mixing colors, I do have a video on how to paint any single skin tone. It's on my channel, so you should definitely check that out, because it's very helpful and it's very useful depending on what portrait you're painting to know how to get accurate colors. So for this skin tone, I'm taking some of my burnt umber as well, mix it with my burnt sienna, and I'm not really using a large amount at all. I don't like to use large amounts when I'm painting, because oil paint can go a very long way, and a little bit can really fill up a large amount of canvas. So only use small amounts whenever you're mixing paints. Don't try to use a huge glob, because you're going to end up wasting colors trying to match something when you have a large amount of paint. So you're going to end up using a lot more whites, or like a lot more of a yellow ochre if you have a huge amount of brown, just trying to get it to that right color. But if you use a small amount, then you should be good just using like small pinches, and you're able to adjust the color based on that. But over here, I'm just focusing on the next darkest places that I see on his face. So these are the shadows that are around his cheeks and around his eyebrows and such. But the other day, somebody asked me the reason why I paint, and the reason why I paint is because of the feeling that I get from it. I feel charged every single time that I paint, and it just feels so good to get into my flow state, and time just flies by like crazy. Like each time that I'm waiting on something, or I need some time to pass, I know that I can just make that time pass immediately just by getting in front of my canvas and starting to paint. So I never want to let go of this, and I realized that the times that I do step away from painting, it's not like it's a urge inside of me that wants me to go back to painting again, but it's something that's just like pulling me towards that direction. And every single time that I go like a month or so, I always find myself back in front of my canvas, or making something small, or even in my sketchbook just drawing something, because I think that art is very therapeutic. You can really apply it to a lot of different things right now, and it can help you out in lots of different areas too. It helps you in mental health, it helps you with creativity, it helps you with your cognitive health, and all the above, because there's so much benefits from just creating, and allow yourself to get into that flow state and focus on something and be proud of the work that you make, because that's the most important part too. You should be proud of the stuff that you make, and that's the reason why I'm here for you guys to get good. And if you guys aren't good, then that's the reason why I need to get you good. So yeah, apart from that, there was even a time in my high school when I felt like the only reason why I was going to school was because of my art teacher, because she was such a huge motivation for me, and she's the one who made me find this passion for painting too. And it was like a pretty tough time for me too, because I was going through a pretty tough breakup, and this was the thing that I was able to put my energy into, and I was able to get something positive in return. And it just took my mind away from everything. So without art, I wouldn't be in the place that I am right now. And I'm so grateful for every single thing that she's given to me, and every single thing that she's helped motivate me with, because there was even a time when I was going to get into my first art into my first gallery, and I didn't believe myself, but she was the person who was telling me that, Jordan, you really need to focus on this, that you can create something, you can get to this place, because she's the one that saw what it takes to get there, and she saw that I have what it takes, but I didn't see it in myself at the time. But she's the one who showed me it, and she's the one who made me take the risk, and it actually ended up paying off well, because I was able to get into that art contest, not the art contest, but I was able to get into the gallery. And I met so much good people over there too. They were so motivational, they were so inspirational to me, and it was just a nice environment to be in, because everybody was focused on one thing, and that one thing was that they wanted to improve in the stuff that they love to do, and they wanted to really take their talents as far as they can go. So even something that I saw after being at that gallery was that I started getting better too. And I don't really know what it was. I think it was just me being around that environment and seeing what was possible with the stuff that we can create, because there was amazing people over there. People were creating crazy types of portraits, crazy types of pictures, and all painting too. It was a lot of talent in the room, and just being in that environment opened my eyes to so much more and the possibilities that I can achieve with this. So I can never forget her. She has helped me out in so much different areas, and I really owe it to her, because she has helped me out too. It was also my family. My family is a huge motivation for me. They're also the ones who pushed me, and they're the ones who congratulated me when I got into this art gallery, and they're always there for me. So I'm just really grateful for everything that I have right now, and I'm grateful for all of you guys right now who are watching this video, because you guys are helping me out too, and I'm trying to help all of you guys out too as well. So I feel like art is my voice, and it's something that can speak louder than words can. So I really just want to see where I can go with this, and I want to help all of you guys out with your goals, whether it's artistically or whether it's non-artistic goals. I want to see you guys succeed. So yeah, that's that. But back to the painting now. I did my lighter tones, and I mixed some white with that brown tone that I made over there at the top. And now is the time for me to just fill out everything with this white tone. So I'm creating some details around his eye, and I'm just filling out all of these white areas right now. But after this, I'm going to move on to my blacks and some of my smaller details. But before I finish this picture, I still have to fill out some of the shadows that are on the left side of his face. So I'm going to be mixing some purple and some blues just to get those cool tones on his face. And the purple is what you want to use if you're creating shadows for black skin, which is what I'm doing right now. So the picture is almost finished, just a little bit is left, and we'll be done after that. But I want to give all of you guys the advice that if you have something that you really enjoy doing, find a way that you can flip it, and find a way how you can turn it into a positive message that will help people out. So I think that is very, very good. The world needs people who can inspire them. The world needs people who have passion. The world needs people who are inspirational. So I really want to encourage you, don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to go show people what you like to do. Don't be afraid to go out there and just share your voice, because it can be very helpful. You can find a lot of people who have that same sort of mindset as you, because I've found a lot of people who have that same mindset as me, people who want to help others, people who want to go do something big. And that's all as a result of me stepping out of my comfort zone and finding ways how I can share my vision and my voice with other people. So it doesn't matter if you like to paint, if you like to run, if you like to go swimming, it doesn't matter if you like fishing. Just find a way how you can flip that and turn it into a message that the world can hear, because the world needs to hear your voice. You're unique, you are special, you have everything that you need at your hands, and you just need to find a way how you can turn it and help it in your areas that you're in right now. But now's the time that I'm creating this purple, and after I'm done with this purple, then I will be finished with the photo. But I want to invite you all to that emailing list in the description again, where you're going to find that 7-step guide on how to paint portraits perfectly every single time, because over there you're also going to get access to me. You're going to get access to working with me. I'm going to help you out launching a coaching, and here's where you're going to get early access to that. So when you sign up for that emailing list, you're going to be right there, and when I launch it, you're going to be the first one to hear about it. So I'm going to be there for any issues that you have with your painting process. If you feel like you're lost or you need some sort of guidance, I think it's very helpful to have a sort of mentor that's there to help you out and guide you in the right direction, because you don't want to be led astray. But I'm going to share with you all the advice that I've learned from my years of painting, also from my art teachers, also from just everything all together, all my experience, because I want you all to be proud of the work that you make. And I feel like this is something that you can really find purpose in, and you can find some sort of passion in, and it helps you out with so much other areas of your life as well. So that's there if you're interested, and I definitely recommend that you check it out. But I want to thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.